Dark Raving Totals. Welcome to the segment. This is where we talk about totals in sports on the day. Legalized sports betting is what we talk about, which is quite interesting. So, again, welcome to the segment. Let me click on a couple things here. And we're going to jump into some sports. So, it's basically baseball today for us. We're more, this is an NBA baseball segment for the most part. You guys come in and give great comments, and we go ahead and we talk about totals for the most part. We do talk about picks as well. So far on the MLB season, we are 2-3. Not so hot. We've actually lost our last three in Major League Baseball. I got two plays today. I got two. NBA, it's been ridiculous how good we've been. It's been really silly. So you've been catching up with the segment. Know that NBA, we are crushing it. And hopefully we'll get another one. We'll pick up that Cleveland Boston game. We'll be on for that. So be sure to check us out. Dark Raving Totals Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So you guys come in, give some comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I talk about these plays. I got two today. And I got my coffee. For those of you who do not know, I'm here live early in the morning in Japan. That's a really fun segment. I really enjoy doing this. Got coffee on me. Okay, let's talk. So, got two plays here on the Major League Baseball card. Both of them half units. I'm just guys right now. I'm just kind of sticking to my guns because I had another loser personally for me yesterday. I ended up taking Boston. I don't know why I did this. I took Boston under the total. I just the way the numbers were and everything, the how it was lining up. I thought Sale was going to pitch particularly well, and he was actually not bad. I just thought Boston was going to be held in check just a little bit more. I don't know why I kind of have a oh gosh, I don't want to say an affinity. I don't know why I want to back Cahill. I don't know why. I think I have like fond memories of him like way back when he pitched well for Arizona back in the day. I don't know. Anyways, maybe even before that, it was a bad call. Today, here we go. I got two plays, half units. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, because I'm not rolling well right now, but I will. I will. Hang with me. San Diego and Pittsburgh. All right, so I caught this line last night my time. It was 8.5, and it immediately jumped down to 8. Everybody was jumping on the under, and now the line's been. It's amazing how people think because now the line's been pushed back as far as the juice is concerned. It's been pushed back to 8, but higher juice on the over. I'm going under. I'm going under. I'm going to grab the better number with the under, and let me tell you why. So we have pardon me, coffee. We have Eric Lauer getting the start for San Diego. 8.27 ERA, 2.14 WHIP. He's 22 years old. He hasn't had that many major league starts. Triple A, he was great. Had an ERA like right at 3, WHIP under 1. I think the Padres are pretty high on this guy. And here's the thing that's very interesting about this game: the fact that the number almost seems too low because Chad Kuhl. I mean, his numbers aren't great either, especially at home. The last few seasons, he's got an ERA over 5 at home. He has not been good. This year has been much better. I'll talk about him in just one second. Let's jump to the relief stats for real quick, and then I'll talk about these starters. So relief stats, I think we're fine. I mean, Pittsburgh, they have pretty good numbers across the board as far as their relief pitching is concerned. Not bad. Batters rating 250 against them. They got an ERA under 4. San Diego's their relievers, and I have a feeling Lauer's not going to go. They're not going to give him a lot of innings because right now San Diego leads the National League in innings pitched as far as their relievers go, and they've been solid. Batters rating just 222 against them, and they got an ERA hovering just around 3.2. So they've been good. Now Lauer, he's a left-hander, which is interesting because Pittsburgh actually really, hits left-handers well. 264. They're like second in the National League, but still, this line is not crazy, and there's a reason for it. Because first of all, San Diego can't hit. Still, I don't know why they don't address that issue. My goodness. Yeah, Padres are they're like 29th, 28th in most. Do I need to bring it up? Honestly, I mean, I could tell you. What are they? They're 29th in slugging. They're 29th in batting average on balls in play. They're 29th in batting average. They're 29th in runs per game. There's only 30 major league teams. They're bad. They're bad. Pittsburgh's been good. They have some really good numbers across the board. They're in the top 10 in most categories, top 5 in some. Their OPS is nice right now. They're fourth in the major leagues. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. San Diego's 29th in OPS. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Apologize. They're actually 14th in batting average on balls in play. Bad statistic there by me. Okay, sorry. I digress. Pittsburgh's a pretty good hitting team, and I find it interesting this number is where it is, even though they hit left-handers really well. But I think Lauer is going to pitch well. He's a good spot for him to bounce back. He had a horrible outing versus St. Louis. He allowed 6 earned runs in just 2 innings, 7 hits, 4 home runs. Just had a really bad outing. But the guy can pitch. The two outings prior to that, he was really solid versus San Francisco and Los Angeles. And his numbers are a little bit inflated because he had another bad outing, his opener at Colorado. That happened. 6 earned runs, 1 home run. I think he pitches well today. I think he's a quality pitcher, young guy. I think San Diego's pretty high on him. I think he's going to pitch well. Chad Kuhl, not great. 4.17 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. However, at home he's been pretty good this year with a 3.52 ERA. I think he can pitch well today because he's facing San Diego. So I think he's going to be able to pitch well enough. I think Lauer comes in and gets a quality start. And this game stays under. So I'm going to go under the 8 here with San Diego and Pittsburgh. There's a lot more I could talk about on that, but then this show would go on. It's supposed to be a 30-minute show. I can go on forever. All right, next game up. If you have any questions about these, but you're totally free to fade because I haven't been run. I mean, if you see something that I don't, maybe you have some information that I don't, then go for it. All right. This is a complete line play for me because Chris Archer sucks this year. I mean, he's been bad. Got an ERA over 5. Let's take a look at Archer on the season. 5.64 ERA, 1.41 WHIP. So let me talk about some things on this game real quick, and then I'm going to tell you my pick. Right now, the line is at 7.5. It started out at 8, and now it's at 7.5. Okay, so Archer was terrible at Baltimore his last outing. 3 home runs, 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 7 innings. He did pitch 7 innings though. They did get him out. They kept him out there. Yeah, he hasn't been great this season. He's given up 9 home runs and 9 starts. That's not him. I still think he's a good major league pitcher, although he's been horrible this year. I think to say that he's a bad major league pitcher, I think that's a little bit. I think we're off. I mean, I think he's off to a bad start. I'll grant anybody that. I don't think he's a bad major league pitcher. 3.73 ERA, 1.22 WHIP career. He could come in and pitch well against the Angels. Skaggs has been fine. I actually like him a lot. 3.07 ERA, 1.20 WHIP. He's been really good, and he's coming off a game in which he didn't pitch particularly well versus Minnesota. 2 home runs, 6 hits, and 6 innings. Just 2 earned. Just 2 earned, though. So the 2 home runs is not good. 2 solo shots. So that's an okay outing. That's okay. I shouldn't be so hard on him. But he's given up just 2 earned runs in his previous 3 starts. So the Angels relief staff's gonna have to pitch a little bit better. They kind of snake bit me last time I had them, but I think they're going to step up today against Tampa Bay because this number is weird. I think both pitchers are going to pitch well. Here's some more interesting stats about this game. Right now, Tampa Bay is hitting 262 on the season. That's 3rd in the major leagues. The Angels are 9th, and they're at home, and they have the best player in baseball. Tampa Bay is 2nd in the major leagues in batting average on balls in play. The Angels have been great across the board. Angels ranked 8th in runs scored per game. Tampa Bay ranks actually right in the middle of the league in that category, but their offensive statistics, for the most part, except for home runs, really solid. So this is what gets me on this game. It's an American League game. You got Archer coming in with the ERA over 5, who's been less than stellar this season, versus Skaggs, who is decent, who's okay. The line started out with 8 at 115, so higher juice on the over. Percentage-wise, you got the public 50-50, and the line's dropped. That's what gets me on this game. I'm going under. So I'm going under both these contests for a half unit. Anytime I see an American, I mean, look, the numbers don't really add up on this one. So I just find that's an interesting steam move for me. Are there some money being pushed? Definitely on the under. Because right now there's a little bit higher juice at some places on the under. That intrigues me. And this is the kind of game I like. if I was going to play one of these games today, it'd be this one. I would take Tampa Bay, the Angels under the 7.5 because it's just a really weird line. Okay. And that's it for me. So I got San Diego, Pittsburgh under the 8. I got Tampa Bay, Los Angeles under the 7.5. I could talk a lot more about both of these games in depth, but I'd probably bore you to tears. There's a lot of just some statistical stuff, some different angles I like, as far as Skaggs is left-handed and whatnot. We can talk more about the relief staffs, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it's a baseball contest. A lot of different things that can happen. I think both these games stay under. Those are my two plays. I'm going to put a half unit on both of them. Okay. And that's it. You guys come on in, give me some questions, comments, and we'll talk. I know it's not NBA, so it's definitely not as sexy. But once I start picking up a lot of winners, then you'll start liking this segment a lot more. And I'll start hitting probably like just after the All-Star break is usually when I start picking up steam. So I'll probably be going back and forth here for a while. So you have to kind of pick your spots. I don't mind. I just know how I roll, guys. I just know how I roll. All right, so we got Ron coming in. Charles, hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Ugh, more coffee. And we got Lamia saying hello. Hi, Lamia. How are you? Saeed. Tamor. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Tamor, Cool has been good at home. Yeah, he's got a 3.5 ERA. He's in good form too. I think Pittsburgh's young pitchers pitch with more confidence at home. I think because they know PNC is the biggest outfield in baseball. Yeah, the park factors on it are not bad. I didn't really look at park factors for these two matchups. I was mostly looking at the numbers. I don't really dive into those. Jake, sometimes I do. Any thoughts on the Cardinals game? Sure. Take a look at it. So St. Louis, you got Velasquez versus Weaver. Sorry, when I said sure, I said I'll take a look at it. Man, I do not know about that one. I don't have enough. I don't know. I don't know, Jake. What are you leaning towards right now? I don't know a ton about Velasquez or Weaver. I know a little bit about each of them, but I don't think I have enough. I didn't really dig into it because the 8.5 just seemed right in a proportion with the numbers I currently possess with the teams and the starting pitchers. So I didn't really, focus on it a lot. Because you have, I can scroll this down. Give me 2 seconds here. Velasquez, he's got an ERA over 5, but he's better than that. And Weaver has an ERA of 4.9, but I believe he's a little bit better than that. So the 8.5, for me, I'd probably take the under. With the way the ERA is set up, the 8.5 seems about right with a National League game, but I got to look more. Philly's actually been good this year, man. St. Louis, too. That's going to be a good game. That number seems about right. Let me continue. Thanks, Jake. Tamor, I think it's hard for pitchers like Archer to stay focused, put extra time when they know their teams aren't likely to be good. Yeah, but I mean, Tampa Bay, again, they're third in the league in batting average. ¿Qué pasa, hermano? Ricardo, how are you? I am well, Ricardo. Ron, Rays, except for a 2-week period, stink on offense. Cron coming back to LA is interesting. Yeah, I like that guy. He's a good hitter. Trout, just ridiculous, man. That guy's stupid. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Again, remember, when I'm not super confident in my plays if I'm saying half unit. And that's because for me, I think I don't want to be disingenuous. These are plays I like. I don't love them. I think there's value on taking them. I think they both win. Otherwise, I wouldn't play them. But I'm getting prepared. I'm getting prepared. But this is how I handicap, actually. If you want to know an interesting fact about me, I play these games expecting to win, but mathematically, I already have them down as losers in my head. So I know where I'm at as far as my bankroll. And if they win, then I adjust that. But mathematically, I've already adjusted these as losers, even though I expect them to win. Do you get my drift? That's just how my brain works as far as the math is concerned, and the numbers and my bankroll, because it's my money, and all things encompassing of a game I'm going to handicap. because this is a money making strategy for me. So I got to be really smart with my bankroll management. Sorry, I can get off on a tangent. I probably need more coffee. Andrew, what's your play for NBA? Yesterday, I had the over yesterday, so I won again. Yeah, I had a loser, and actually, I was 2-1 yesterday because again, let me read your whole thing, and I'll tell you what. I had the Rockets, and I parlayed them with the Astros. Verlander, both Houston teams won. What do you think about parlays? Do you like them? Okay, I'll talk about parlays in just one sec. For me, yesterday, I had the over with Golden State in Houston. I was a little bit nervous. Well, not nervous because whatever. Because the first quarter they didn't score anything, then they blew up the second quarter. Um, so I had them on the over, and then I took them at the halftime over as well. It was at 110 again, and I was just like, "Oh, fine, you're gonna give me 110, I'll take it." I jumped on it, like I was right on it. As soon as the line came out, I jumped on it for another unit. So I actually had 2 units on that game on the over, but I really liked it. So yeah, it hit, but I had the loser with Boston. I think if you're gonna play a parlay, I think 2-team parlays are the way to go. I'm not really big on parlays personally. I've made my bankroll, uh, bigger over the years. I feel like I can't talk today. Sorry, guys. Because I'm just one game at a time. Money management's probably the strongest thing I do. It's probably better than picking winners. I'm really good with my bankroll man, and that's taken years and years and years of discipline. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I go on tilt. I'm a normal human being, and I get a little frustrated at times. But usually, before the last game of the day, I'll rein myself in. All right. So parlays, 2 teams parlays, I think are okay. Tomorrow. Weaver has gotten killed by lefties, and Philadelphia has a lot of good left-handed hitters. Velasquez hasn't been consistent, but he's good for him. Okay, so Tomorrow giving a comment about that Philadelphia St. Louis game. So he knows more than I do about that. Philadelphia plus 110 on the money line, taking it. I don't think that's a bad call at all. They've played well this year. Archer has never developed a third pitch. Lazy. I don't know, man. I saw somebody else. I think it was on Sportsbook Review actually getting on Archer a little bit, and that's fine. I mean, he's started with he's had a really bad season, but I think it's kind of a knee jerk reaction a little bit. Let's see how he pitches today. Let's see how he pitches today against a really good Angels lineup, and then we can start making some assessments. I mean, he's still got some good stuff. And again, with the major leagues, it's great to have a third pitch. It's all about location because you can't blow it by anybody, really. I mean, you could throw 98. You throw a 98 down the middle, you're getting hit. It's all about location. If you can hit your spots and keep guys off balance, I'm a baseball guy, so I know a little bit about that. You're in good shape. You don't have to. I mean, look at like a guy like Greg Maddux, through 88 miles an hour, finish some games with like 80 pitches. I mean, it's all about location and keeping guys off balance. So we'll see. Let's just see how he pitches tonight. Andrew, I'm telling you, Rockets are winning it all this year. Maybe I'm biased because I have a big futures bet on the Rockets. Okay. Andrew, I do wish you luck, but they are not beating Golden State. They're not going to beat Golden State. I highly doubt they beat Golden State at Golden State. If they do, awesome. I would love it because I would love for the Rockets to win because it just makes the league better. So I'm rooting for you, but me watching as much basketball as I have a hard time believing they beat Golden. They're not as good defensively. Period. End. They're not as good defensively. Golden State will make some adjustments. I knew the Rockets were going to play really well. I kind of had a lean on them on game 2 because all the naysayers, and that's a really efficient offense, and D'Antoni's really tough. But I liked Golden State on the defensive end. They're tough. They'll make some adjustments. Watch. They'll make some adjustments for game 3. I think Houston's going to struggle a little bit. All right, here we go. I'm telling you, Rockets are winning all this year. Maybe I'm okay. Tomorrow, I think the Yankees or Red Sox trade for Archer. I don't think New York can rely on CC and Sonny. Yeah, Sonny's. I don't know about Sonny Gray, man. Boston might trade for him if Price doesn't get it together. I don't know. But let's see how Archer pitches the rest of the year. Maybe. I mean, I think he still has big time stuff. So we'll find out. And Dave, who is this guy? Where is Jimmy? I want Jimmy too. Where's Jimmy? Get in here. Oh, wait. Different show. I like Jimmy too. And I like Low Shack. Those are my boys. That's good stuff. Dave, come on in, man. You talk to me. So I'm Charles Stark. I'm coming to you from Japan. This is a total segment. We talk about totals in sports, and I have a winning record basically across the board in NBA, college basketball, and Major League Baseball over the past 3 seasons. So you might want to watch this segment, or you might want to fade all my plays. Up to you. Sorry, I'm definitely not as charismatic as probably Jimmy the Bag, but I appreciate you coming in and saying hi. Andrew, you're on the wrong show. Jake, management. Yeah, management is all about gambling. Yeah, or vice versa, whether Jake and Dave with the big Jimmy. Yeah, let's get Jimmy in here. That is funny. Dave, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Andrew, yeah, I agree. We all go on tilt, but it happens to the best of us. The casinos are sports books, are open every day, waiting for us to blow. Yeah, blow it all. Yep. Yeah, you have to live for another day. You have to live for another day. You're gonna have losing days. Deal with it. I'm gonna have losing days. I have to deal with it. It's just you have to be able to bounce back and come back the next day. All right. Let's see. Sean Wright, Jamie Moyer with the Jamie Moyer. I don't know what we're talking about. Is it Moyer? What about Jamie Moyer? Isn't he retired? He better be. Isn't he like 55 or something like that? Reminds me of that old ESPN commercial about Jimmy Key. Jimmy Key, isn't he like 43? I can hit him. Check the YouTube channel for that comment right there. It's a pretty funny ESPN commercial. Tomorrow, I think Archer is a guy you can back against top teams. I don't trust him to stay focused against bad teams. He has been inconsistent. Well, he's got an ERA over 5. Sean, another great. So, oh, I see what you're saying, Sean. Another, as far as like a guy who just hits his spots. And actually, a really funny story about him. Who was it? He was facing somebody. Somebody told me this story about Jamie Moyer. I can't remember who the hitter was. It might have been. Maybe I got this from that Moneyball book, but it was. Oh gosh. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. Oh, Euclid. I think Euclid was facing him. And Euclid was a guy who really liked to draw walks, and so Moyer like threw him one right off the corner, just like an inch off ball, and then he threw him another one like inside, just like an inch inside. He took it again, ball, and so Moyer, 2 really close pitches, um, took the ball and he looked at Euclid and he said, "Where do you want me to put it? Where do you want it? Where do you want the ball?" Because he's not swinging the bat. I think it's in the Moneyball book. Check it out. Kind of an interesting story. Yeah, Jamie Moyer is great. Guy who could really hit a spot. And there we go. Are there weather factors in Japanese baseball? Yes, because it gets really windy here in Japan, like Chicago type wind. So sometimes the lines will adjust. Some stadiums the wind will blow out or it will blow in. It really just depends on the way the weather's moving, because it varies here in Japan. It's a pretty stormy country. But yes, McGogster, what's up, Start? What is up, McGogster? Tomorrow, I think Golden State wins Game 3. Well, yeah, because they're at home. I'm going to go ahead and continue on here. Tomorrow, you got great comments, and they're long and they're awesome, but I need to move on. Thank you for coming in. You always have really good stuff. I've noticed that. Yeah, I don't think the Rockets are going to win Game 3. I don't know, man. They are really good. That's a really good Houston team. I don't want to be against them. I just don't think they play the type of defense you need to be a championship team. That's my opinion. Golden State's tough, man. Tomorrow, I feel like Houston, again, they can't win the series. They just want to get to 6. Yeah, maybe. And Shane, do you like the oversight in NHL? I'm not an NHL guy. Check out we have a lot of other handicappers that are really into that, though, at Sportsbook Review. Check it out. So appreciate it. All right, I have to wrap this up here real quick. Dave, Charles, I will take a look. You seem like a good guy. Okay. Lovely. Yeah, I'm just outside of Tokyo, actually. About an hour and a half away. Dave, good to see you. Thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, I am. I'm an okay guy. Ron, would you turn down a 6-figure salary even at ESPN if you had to move? Yeah, I'm not. I doubt it. I don't think I'd. Let's talk about that another time. I don't think ESPN's going to be hiring me. That's interesting. Tomorrow, ESPN sucks. Their take on gambling are like listening to a 90-year-old grandpa talk about sports 50 years ago. Andrew, what do you think about the spreads, Cavs, lanes? Oh, let's talk about that. I will talk about that on Saturday because I'll have a segment going up. And Casey, good to see you, dude. Yeah, they weren't allowed to. Now they are trying to. They will eventually build a segment. Oh, we're talking about. I think we're talking about ESPN. And Shane, real quick, how about the over in Boston? Cavs, I will talk about that. Actually, Shane, if you come on back, because we're Stark Raving Totals Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. I will have a segment prior to that Cleveland Boston game, and we have been running really well in the NBA. All right, so that's it for us today. Let me wrap this up. You guys, appreciate you coming in. Great comments as always for us. Today in Major League Baseball totals, we got San Diego, Pittsburgh under the 8, and we're going Tampa Bay, Los Angeles Angels again under the 7.5, just because the line is weird. That's it for me. You guys, hey, thanks for coming in. Take care, and I'll catch you guys real soon.